Springtime snow in Munich has not deterred us from talking about warmer climates and a game that we love to talk about, golf. With me is PGA Championship major winner and Ryder Cup captain 2008 for the winning U.S. team, Paul Azinger. Paul, you won this tournament. This is the 25th anniversary of the BMW International Open. You've won this tournament twice, played in it 4 times. What special meaning does this tournament have for you?
Well, it was my first real success in Europe. I didn't play a lot of tournaments in Europe. At the time, I'd been the highest ranked American in the world for a while, and anyway, I felt like it was important for me to come over and play some international golf, and to come over and play the BMW seemed like a great fit at the time. And to win it, I was actually kind of lucky to win it both years, really. I mean, the first year I hit a duck hook off the 18th tee, and it smoked some guy in the head and came back on the fairway. I made a birdie and won in a playoff over David Faraday, which he won't ever let me forget. And then the second time I was in a 5-way playoff. So you're always kind of lucky if you come out on top in a situation like that. But it did a lot for my confidence, I felt, and maybe even a little bit how I was perceived. And you never know when a tournament, a new sponsor, like a BMW or somebody comes in and sponsors an event, if they're going to last beyond the initial contract, which generally is 3 to 5 years. But BMW's commitment to golf has grown, actually, and I'm real proud to have won this tournament twice, especially early on, and to have participated in what now is this iconic brand of BMW's participation in the great game of golf.
And the big news in golf, of course, is Tiger Woods coming back to #1. You, of all people, should know when life and issues outside of the game can affect how you play. The game is such a mental game. What does it say about his determination, and also, of course, we know his talent, the testament of Tiger Woods returning back to the top of the game?
Well, several things had to happen. I think he had to get over injury. That was important. But, Tiger had to get over, the horrible emotion of what happened, and he had to be able to forgive himself to be able to move on. Some people will forgive Tiger Woods. Some people will never forgive Tiger Woods. What's important was whether he can forgive himself, and I think he has, and I think he's moved on, and he's probably a much better person as a result. And then, of course, in the midst of all that, he was making a swing change and dealing with injury. So there was a lot on his plate, and I don't think anybody was surprised that he would play poorly. I think that several people thought he would never win again and that he would never play well again. I wasn't one of those. I still think he'll break Jack's record for most majors. He's only 37 years old. He's got a ways to go. Jack won his last major when he was 46 years old. I can't imagine Tiger going 9 years and not winning 4 more majors. But, hey, listen, Phil Mickelson's only won 4 majors his entire career. Only. That's Hall of Fame material, So nothing Tiger does surprises me at this point. There's just something special about that guy that we'll never see it again. We'll just never see it again. Wouldn't you love to be able to watch Hogan when he played great? Well, we're watching Hogan squared, so it's pretty impressive.
During the time Tiger was struggling, 4 other golfers were #1, all of them European. We've seen a nice rise, this new talent of stars that has made the Ryder Cup competition much more exciting, much more fascinating to watch. As captain, a former captain, hopefully maybe in the future as well, do you see a chance for the U.S. to one day win it back? Because it's, as you had said earlier, it's quite a tough competition for the U.S. to win.
It is. I think there's a slight advantage to Europe. I believe it's a razor-thin edge between winning and losing Ryder Cups, and Europe just seems to have that little intangible, the fact that the European Tour runs the Ryder Cup and the players participate in who's going to be the next captain, and there's a lot more player involvement. The PGA of America, who our players never see run our event, there's a bit of a disconnect and a little bit of a gap, but it's really no excuse. When the bell rings, these guys are all full-blooded and going at it, but Europe just seems to have that intangible that has been able to shift them. Even when they come in with lesser teams, they're able to win. So whatever that is, Tom Watson's got a daunting task ahead of him to try to win in Scotland. I just think they're going to be prohibitive underdogs, the Americans.
You're not scheduled to play in June, but a lot of people have been asking to come back. So what's going to happen between now and June for you to return to the BMW Open?
I'm going to have to get in shape. I've already lost 20 pounds. I'd gotten like 215 pounds. I weighed 195 this morning, so I'm on the mend in that regard. I'm trying to get a little more fit, but I just got to want to do it. I think desire is probably the big key. Got to want to go out and grind and sweat over those 4-footers.
There's plenty of time for the snow to melt away, and here's hoping Paul Azinger joins the 25th edition of the BMW International Open, a field that will include Dustin Johnson, Ernie Els, and of course Martin Keimer. From the BMW Museum in Munich, Salman Mita, Sport Eagle TV.